Hi Aquarius, so this is going to be your Celtic Cross reading for the month. Let's see what's happening with you. The timeline is the timeline, so it's going to resonate for you in terms of past, present, or future. Be mindful of that, all right? And also take what resonates, leave what does not, and reverse energies as you see fit. Doesn't resonate, check your other placements, or I'll catch you in the next one, yes? Please be mindful of the tarot basic rules as well for collective readings. Now, let's see what's happening with our Aquarian collective. Show me Aquarius. Show me what's happening with our Aquarian collective. Okay. Page of Swords, not much. Are you watching somebody or are, because this is your sword energy, your air. I feel like you're trying to gain insight and information on something or someone here. It's like, I have very low insight on this. So, you know what? I'm going to just watch and observe and try to learn as much as possible by staying quiet and staying put and staying observant. Okay. Strength is in the obstacles. I mean, what's crossing is the strength. It's like you don't have enough confidence to do something that you want to do, and that's why you're telling me that I would just prefer watching for right now, observing this situation right now, because I don't have it in me to probably do something about it. So I'm just trying to keep my insight low on this, not try to focus too much of my energy into this, my mental energy into this, because I don't have the strength or courage to pursue something here full-fledged. What's hovering above you is the Hermit. Okay. Healing, wanting to heal, wanting to learn things, right? That's why you're telling me you're not doing anything right now, because you're trying to learn, you're trying to go within, you're trying to understand what happened, what's happening in the situation, what's happening around you, what you should be doing, what were your mistakes, obstacles, right? And what were your pros, qualities, right? In the recent past, the Two of Cups. So it's not just recent past, it's also something that follows you to this day. You're telling me that there is a special bond between you and somebody else here. You like it in some way, shape, or form. You know, I don't know if it's just romantic love, to be honest. It's at best, you can say it like this, that, I care about you and you care about me, and that's how we roll together. I give you my cup and you share your cup with me. And that's it. This is how we show each other that we love each other and that we both matter to each other. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic love, but it can be, but not necessarily. I'm not seeing it that way right now. What's exiting is the Emperor. I told you, your strength is exiting. For some reason, you feel like I'm not confident anymore about the situation. So I need to stop trying to control the situation as well, because Emperor and strength can be controlling too. Out of pride, out of masculinity, that strong masculine pride, that ego, that is also one of the main points, key points of the Emperor as well as the strength card, because both are, Aries is basically, exalted placement for Sun, right? And Leo is home sign for Sun. So Sun represents ego. And you're telling me you're not trying to be egoistic about things, that this is my way and my way is the best way, my way or the highway kind of person. You're trying to let go of control here. The Two of Pentacles, yeah, as soon as you let go of control, the more imbalanced you start to feel in the near future. You don't know what to do with a situation. It feels like it's up in the air. You would like to do something about it, but you don't know what. You don't know how to approach it. You don't know how to proceed into that. The Two of Swords is in your strength as well. I am not bothered about Two of Swords in your strength. I'll tell you why, honey, because you're a air sign and you're fixed air. So you're better equipped to handle that Two of Swords energy on your own, right? Unless and until you really let it get to your head. If it's in the negative, that strength of yours, Two of Swords, it means that there's a lot of blindness and lack of acknowledgement and lack of information that you have in this particular situation, and that's why you're confused. I don't know what to think, because there is a difference between Two of Pentacles and Two of Swords. Two of Swords is more like, I don't know what to think. I don't know what's true, what's not true. I don't know what I feel, because she is blindfolded, right? And she's not trying to look at the sea behind her. She's blinded by it, assuming things, this is how it is, and things like that. I don't want to see things for clear, clarity. I don't want to gain more clarity into this, things like that. In the environment is the world. All right, so something closing out here or opening. I don't know. There are cycles closing and there are cycles opening for you. It's very shy and very small energies that you're presenting to me, but it's also very impactful too. Like you're showing me it's no big deal. It's no big deal. Trust me, it's not a big deal. But it is, you know? Otherwise, why are you giving it so much attention, right? It's occupying your energy at the moment. So world is opening cycles and closing of the cycles as well, as one ending brings out the new beginnings, right? Eight of Cups is in your hopes and fears. Have you walked away from something? Have somebody else walked away from you? Do you not feel anything for this particular situation? Can you take confidence in that? Can you say it confidently that you are not attached to this and that you can walk out of it and that you can let go of the old cycles and move towards new? Do you really know with confidence that there is nothing more to be had in this situation, or there is nothing more of an emotional element to be had in this particular situation? That you are dried out in terms of love, in terms of any feeling, any positive feeling that you feel towards this particular situation? What's in the near future outcome? Sorry, is the Three of Wands. You wait. What are you waiting on? Is that waiting with conviction, or is that mindless waiting? Because that can be a very dangerous situation, because waiting causes psychological harm, believe it or not. So, what are you going to do? At the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess, Star, and the Lovers. That's you, honey. Your intuition is trying to tell you about a strong connection here, something that you would like to talk to, open up towards. You're curious about it. You would like to invest in it, even in the smallest ways possible, but you don't know. Right now, you don't. Are you listening to yourself, though? That's what my question is. Let's put it here. Bring it a bit closer to the camera, right? Let's see the Page of Swords for you. Show me the Page of Swords for Aquarius. It could be somebody else watching you as well. That could be the case too. An outside eye peeking into you, you know? So reverse energies as you see fit, all right? I need you to understand that. Not all Aquariuses are having same experience in terms of same storyline happening. Some might be in reverse, right? So be mindful of that. Let's see the Page of Swords first. Five of Swords. Oh, oh, oh. Somebody is assuming things here. They're assuming things, the world here at the bottom of the deck. I'm glad that that option got away from me. I'm glad that that arena, I don't have to open up towards it anymore. I'm glad. It's like you're looking through a lens of assumptions. You're looking through a lens of deception that, oh, this is how it is. This is how I see it. First of all, Page of Swords is already low insight. And when you look out upon the horizon through that lens of Five of Swords, observing situations around you through that lens of Five of Swords, which means it's deceptive. There's some sort of cognitive bias, cognitive error in your thinking. Like, this is as how I perceive it, this is what happened according to me, as how I see it. But that's not true actually, because you're telling me with respect to opening up to the situation, do you have any sort of emotional activity that you would like to express or that you would like to explore in a particular arena? You're telling me I am not open to that anymore. Thank God it got away from me. Thank God that cycle closed. Thank God. It was too frustrating. Yeah. It was too, ugh. It was too frustrating. It was too stressful to think about. Too stressful, too painful. Thank God it closed out. I don't have to now think about what my emotions were for it. It was still fuzzy. It was unexplained. It was all confusing and things like that. There's a lot of thoughts that are assumption, presumptuous in nature. Like, this is how I am assuming things. This is what happened according to me. I don't need to go back and look at the chats or look at the past memories of looking at things from the other person's perspective or the other situation's perspective. I know that this is what happened because I feel this, that, and the other. So this is what happened. I feel hurt, so they hurt me. I didn't do anything to contribute to that. It's kind of like that, you know. Again, don't take it as an offense. If this is you, honey, I need you to acknowledge the fact. But again, I feel like the Aquarius I'm looking at, you will never accept that because there's too much confusion and deceptive thoughts here. The Page of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. Yeah, you don't know. You don't know if the other person will connect to you or not. The Ace of Swords. That's why you don't have the strength in you to, you don't have the confidence, you don't have the strength to put out a message here. The Page of Pentacles, smallest of investments, nothing too crazy, right? Hey, what's up? How you doing? How how have you been? You know, what's up? What's going on in life? It's kind of like that. But you're telling me that it's gonna take a lot of strength and leaving your pride aside while communicating to that, and you can't take confidence into communicating with something here because you don't see what the response will be. You can't see it. The Eight of Swords is in between the two pages, which means you don't know if they'll open up to you or not. That's why you're telling me I don't have the strength in me to try. Because strength at the end of the day is pride. You don't want to get your pride bruised. If you don't get a response, your ego will be hurt, your pride will be hurt, and you are not prepared to experience that. So that's why you refrain taking action towards something here, opening up towards something, exploring something, because this, that, and the other, according to me, that's what they did, that's what they will do. So I'm presuming things, this is what will happen. There's nothing to be had in this. The Hermit, the Five of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Death here. Okay. There's a sense of fear of abandonment here. It's too cliche, honey, but you have a fear of change, strong fear of change in you. You think the window of opportunity to heal with somebody here, somebody that's very stable, somebody that made you feel very, that brought a lot of stability into your life in terms of connectivity pattern, you could depend on them. You know, like they are there for life. They are showcasing that signs of reliability. I can rely on them to do this, that, or the other, to provide me with this, that, or the other. You know, if I talk to them right now, they will respond. If I talk to them tomorrow, they will respond. If I talk to them a week later, they will respond. They are reliable. They're somebody I can set my time clock by, right? But that ending, there was some sort of break that happened between you and them, and you think that the window of healing this break, mending this break, is gone. It's completely done this time. The Death card. It's like the other person would never heal with me ever again. It's done. But the energy hovers around you, and I feel like death is also negotiable because, frankly speaking, death means rebirth. Death means transformation as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be a strong, strict ending because you can always transform things into something else, right? The energy wouldn't be hovering above you if you didn't know that you can't heal with this person. So that's your perspective. I'm strongly getting that it's your perspective that this situation has ended according to you, but I don't think so. I think it has not ended as of yet, but you think that it has. And that's one of your perspectives. I feel like you still can heal things. You're learning, you're trying to learn from the break as well. You're trying to, the energy is there to learn from the break, to learn what happened, how you were playing into the break, how they played into the break of their situation, you know. But that requires work, that requires active looking within and being honest with yourself, not lying to yourself that this is what happened and this is what was going on. I told you there was some sort of conversation that you look back to and you're like, I don't need to look back at the conversation and how, what was my input, what was I saying, and how did that translate to the other person. I don't need to look at that. This is what happened because I feel this way. This is what happened because they hurt me. I didn't do anything to make them hurt me. They hurt me because they were bad. Again, that's assumption. Why would you think that somebody would be a bad person for hurting you? A lot of people hurt each other, doesn't mean that they're bad, right? there's some sort of communication that came crashing down, like something that was said to you or something that you said to the other person. Somebody said something to the other person here in a connection. There was a lot of back and forth communication, but there was one point in time where one truth was communicated. Strictly one truth was communicated. I'm seeing it lifetime. So it happened with you or it didn't. This is strictly specific. It's like somebody said something to you about their truth, about how they feel about this connection and what's going on in this connection, and whether this connection is equal, shared, loving on both sides or not. Somebody said their perspective and it was the truth. They called out this connection for what it was and for what was going on in this connection, and they called it out. They called the other person out as well on their BS, and they called themselves out as well on their own behavior patterns, and they spoke the truth as honestly as possible, as directly, as bluntly as possible, and it came crashing down. Like it destroyed the connection between you two in a way. Destroyed the illusions of what was going on between you two. You two might have gotten comfortable around each other, and you thought that, oh, this is never going to change, right? But the thing is, there was something brewing within somebody else or you, take your pick, but they one day spoke something of true significance, like, this is what is going on, man, in this equation, and it has been, and I don't like it. And they just said it, they spoke the words, and I see a moment of realization hit, like, this is it. We've hit a point of crossroads, like of a choice, whether to keep on going like this or whether to end this situation. It's kind of like that, that conversation was kind of like a choice about whether we should move further in this connection with each other or whether we should just stop communicating and talking or investing in each other and keeping each other in our contacts. Let's see the Emperor. Show me the Emperor. Somebody called out the words, and I feel like the other person is trying to deny the truth here. Somebody spoke the truth while somebody else is not trying to acknowledge the truth here. I would probably name your video as somebody dropped the truth bomb and the aftershocks of it, because somebody is in the aftershock of it. The High Priestess, the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Swords again. I told you, you were not trying to. Again, it's not an accusation. Don't take it as one. I'm just reading the cards here, honey, and I'm trying to understand your situation as best as possible. And if you resonate to this, then you do. If it was the other person, then, well, it was the other person. All right? Somebody is telling me that I told you that there was a little bit of insight, and even that was very bruised. Even that was very filled with errors and assumptions. Like, this is what I'm assuming, this is what happened. I don't need to look back into the conversation patterns. I don't need to look at what was done and what was said between us. This is what happened. But how do you know that if you didn't see the conversations, if you don't reflect on it? Because that's what it is. The energy is hovering above you. In order to understand the break and mend the break, you'll have to understand what happened between you two. And you have that experienced self within you. You have a hermit in you. You are a healer. You're a strong healer. I see that. And you have the capacity to transform this break and bring it back. But we are trying to just react to somebody else's truth in a manner that feels like, okay, you know what? You said that. You hurt me. Watch me go. I'll never come back here. You hurt my pride. You hurt my ego. I'm not going to invest in you. You know what? If this is the truth of the situation and you want to go, just go. Just go. It doesn't matter. I don't care. High Priestess is here as well, attached to you. So I feel like this is you. It's like when this connection was in your life, you used to feel very empowered. You used to feel very high functioning in nature, the Emperor, the decision maker, right? Intuitively, you were moving in this particular direction for a long time, towards this particular person for a long time. But when it exited, when the truth was spoken about what was actually going on in this situation, we lost all our power in some way. Somebody communicated to the other person that they need to walk out, that they have given this situation a long time to understand what's actually going on, and this is the truth. And the other person was on the receiving end, and they were like, you know what, I'm going to remain quiet about this. I'm not going to speak to my truths. You want to walk? Walk. It doesn't matter. Keep walking. It doesn't matter. Let's see the Two of Pentacles. Sorry. Show me the Two of Pentacles for Aquarius in the near future. Something around your pride and something around your feeling empowered and that sense of can do attitude, you know, it's exiting your decision making ability. You always knew how to take action towards this person or how to move around this person, how to talk to this person, but somehow after that conversation, you started losing your grip as to how to approach this person, how to talk to this person, you know, like there's something around your ability to represent yourself to the best of your abilities. It's exiting. Your confidence about yourself and who you are is exiting. Excuse me. You're telling me there's a lot of regret and unhappiness that surrounds you with regards to this particular situation, and you don't know what to do with it. So, meanwhile, you're focusing on work. You're trying to offer the best of your passion and enthusiasm towards your community, your work, your environment here. The Ten of Pentacles, you know, pursuing your goals in life, financial goals as well as otherworldly goals as well, 3D goals, achievements too. You're passionate about that, you know. You're very passionate about your goals, about your 3D activities and the stuff that surrounds you in your life right now, the activities that you participate in your everyday life, the community that surrounds you, the family that surrounds you, your resources, your studies, your everything, everything that works for you, that makes you feel stable and that makes sense to you. You are trying to give it more attention and your passions and energy. You're still passionate about those goals. Yes, this is here. Yes, you're hurt by the situation, but you're like, I still don't know what to do with it. I don't have any information, any new information with regards to this. This is what happened, and I don't know how to approach this pain, man. I don't know how to deal with this. So, meanwhile, I'm just going to focus on my work. Let's see the Two of Swords for you. Show me the Two of Swords for you and your strength. Sorry. Two of Pentacles. You're telling me you don't know if this person, whoever they were, was your equal or not. The thing is, honey, you feel it. You feel like you both were each other's equals. But you're like, even if I acknowledge it, Varya, even if I acknowledge it, that they were my equal, that I'm a king of wands and they're a queen of wands, right? Even then, I don't know what to do with it anymore. What good is that thinking going to make, do for me? It's not going to help me, you know, that kind of thinking that, oh, I lost the love of my life. I lost my equal. Great. How does it help me now? thinking like that? How does it help me? How does that improve my life? How does that contribute to my life? How does that enhance my life? It doesn't. So, you know what? Forget about it. I'm going to stay blinded towards that particular aspect. There might be. I felt it. You feel it, don't you? You feel that this person was your equal and you're still passionate about them, that there's still attraction between you two, right? You're attracted to them, they're attracted to you, but you both are looking in a different direction. You're like, I'm confused and I want to remain confused because that's easier. Because even if I were to acknowledge that this person was my equal and that this person matched my energy and they were a great fit for me, they fit me like a glove, I still wouldn't know what to do with it because I feel like this situation has ended, right? Yeah, it has ended. So it does not matter. It does not help me. So I'm going to take my passions and give it to whatever works in my life and whatever surrounds me in my life. You both are not looking towards each other. You both are looking towards different directions. Let's see the world here for you in your environment. Let's see the world in your environment. Show me the world. You're telling me you want a relationship that's functioning, right? That's healthy, that's par for par in your life, you know? You want to create a home for yourself that's positive, that feels very invigorating for you, that feels very passionate to you. You know, it should inspire you. Your home should inspire you in some way, shape, or form. When you should be excited to come back home. That's the kind of home you want to cultivate. That's the kind of people you want in your house, you know? And you're telling me whatever this relationship was, it's taking its exit and I need to move on as well. I have decided, with the judgment here, I've decided I need to move on, move away from this. You might also be traveling here. You might be leaving home for some of you, wherever you reside, again, whatever space you occupy in your home world. You might be switching homes or you might be moving on, moving to a different location altogether. That's for some of you, yes. I see it very strongly here. So you're like, you know what? Let's just change the locations. That will make me feel better. That will help me to move on from this connection as well. And for others of you, for most of you, it's like, I'm moving on from this relationship, whatever this connection was, whatever the relationship construct was between us, however that was, I'm going to move away from it. I'm not going to think about it anymore because Six of Swords is still mental resignation. Like, I am done thinking about this. Told you. I told you. The energy is still there. The Three of Wands again. The Three of Wands is in your outcome too. You hope that you can mend the break. You hope that you hope that this person would come back. The person who walked away from you, the person who walked, the person who said that I need to detach myself from this, I need to walk away from this, emotionally speaking, I need to move away because this is not serving me well, this is not fulfilling me, this is not catering to my emotional needs, so I need to move on. You wish that they would come back and talk to you again as they used to in the past, right? You still think about conversation and you wait for that. But since it's in your hopes and fears, you feel like, should I hope that they will communicate to me again? If I were to pursue them, if they were to pursue me, will that happen? Will I be able to talk again with them? Will I be able to heal with them through words? Will they want to heal with me? I hope, but I also fear it. You fear it because you don't know if the healing would take place or not. You fear it because you feel like it might be too late, that they are already done, they are way past done, that there is no hope to it. That somebody has emotionally detached from the love bond here that you two shared. The Queen of Pentacles again wanted to pop out. It was that person that walked away, right? You hope and you fear it. You're like, should I wait? Should I hope? Should I expect that things might still work out, that we might still talk to each other in the construct of healing with each other? You're telling me that you're still waiting for this person to come back around, that you won't move towards this person. And as you say that, the fact of the matter still remains that you are still moving towards them, that you will not offer any sort of love opportunity, that you are not going to offer your heart space towards this person, right? That you don't want love with this person, but you're still moving towards them, honey. However slow that is, it doesn't matter. In the 3D world, I see you moving towards them. But you're telling me, you're insisting that you're not willing to be vulnerable, you're not willing to share love, you're not willing to have love with them. You don't want a love opportunity with this person. Despite that you feel it, you want it. The Three of Wands is like expecting, looking out on the horizon with expectation of some sort of what? Well, Ace of Cups, love. But no, 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 I'm not. I'm not thinking of all of that. No, but I'm still moving towards that particular person. The Two of Cups, that's the same person that we saw, that pleased us, and we don't want to see it. Because you know what? They walked. So I'm going to let them walk. Look at the bottom of the deck. They pleased us. They fulfilled, they checked all our boxes in terms of our emotional needs and how we love ourselves. They loved us in the similar fashion. But we don't want to acknowledge it because they walked away and it hurt us. And we don't want to see it. We don't want to acknowledge it. We just don't want to think about it. Like, don't think about it. Try to avoid it. Try to avoid thinking about this person. All right. We all go through something like this in our life. Once, twice, thrice. It happens with a lot of people. You're not alone in this. That's what I need you to know. All right. I hope you know that you're not just the only one that this happens to. Anything else from the universe? You feel like it's a form of regret. It's like it's a shame that I want to offer something of myself to this now. I want to make it legit. I want to make it real, but I think it's too late. I've lost a connection that was very special to me. The Six of Cups can represent a soul bond, of course, but it can also represent somebody we've known a long time, even if you don't believe in soul bonds or soulmates. You know, it could also mean that you have known each other a long time and that you have emotionally impacted each other in terms of feelings and touched each other's hearts in a specific way that can't be replicated by anybody else in your life. So it's like it's a point of regret for you that you probably are way too late offering the thing, offering to make it more real, and you think that it's probably too late to do that. You would like to heal, somebody would like to heal with the other person here. You know, their higher self is still sticking to the fact that they could heal this with this soul bond, And I feel like that's your higher self, honey. Don't get me wrong, you have very high functioning energy in you, but you don't give yourself enough credit. I feel like you're very Aquarius type of person, right? The Three of Wands again at the bottom of the deck. You're telling me that you're not waiting, but the thing is, you are. That's you at the bottom of the deck. Look at this, the Emperor, Page of Swords. That's all you. And the Two of Pentacles. I don't know what to do. You have all this high functioning energy. You have this decision making capacity in you, but you're telling me, no, 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 I don't. I don't know what to do. I feel like this person makes you think twice and thrice and a million times before acting, right? Before saying something. Like you have to think your words before speaking it. This person makes you think a lot about how to approach them, how to talk to them. There's somebody outside of your box. There's somebody who you're not used to that kind of energy. You know, they represent something very foreign to you. You're not used to such kind of people. The people that you surround yourself with, you're telling me that you have no problem being enthusiastic about it and you passionate about it and you know how to work with them, you know how to give to them, right? And it's there. But for some reason this person, this connection is like, I don't know. I don't know how to make them happy. I don't know how to connect to them. Nothing ever works. How I'm used to approaching people in my life, I can't approach this person through the same methods, through the same words, through the same actions. It doesn't work with this person. Why? You know? But your higher self is holding on to the fact that there is still passion between you two and that you would still like to heal with this person, energetically speaking, to say the least. I don't know what you'll do with this connection though. You're moving towards them, but I don't know. If there is no acknowledgement of the fact that what your motivations are is that you still hope that you could have love with this person or that you could have this person's love cup, that it's not too late, that they might have given up on the idea of love with you. You really hope that they still love you to a certain extent and that you could build on that. You want this person's love. It's very interesting that you're telling me that they're an equal and you see them as a passionate being, but you want their heart. That's what you want. But you're not willing to acknowledge that fact. You're not even willing to acknowledge that they are your equal, that they are somebody who matched your freak, you know. And there's something very unusual about this person, that's why it keeps you on your toes. And that's why you get frustrated so much that you step into this energy of like, you know what, I don't even want to deal with this. This is what happened according to me, and that's it. I don't need to see things from their perspective. It's okay. You know what, this is what happened. Great. If they want to walk, let them walk. I don't care. Buzz off. Fuck off. I don't care. Go. If you want to go, go. So that's all I have for you, Aquarius. I hope this helped, and take care.